This is how we manage a hairstylist client making $10,000 using QuickBooks. This is not a live client, so we do the bookkeeping for the previous month in the current month. For example, January's bookkeeping will be done in February. First, we sort out any receipts they may have. This hairstylist submits their receipt into QuickBooks via email, QuickBooks Snapshot, or by importing the receipts directly into the software. Once we receive the receipts, we sort them and categorize them accordingly. Each receipt is either categorized as a receipt or bill. We then allocate the correct account, sales tax, amount, date, and pay account to each receipt or bill. Once done, we head over to the bank transactions to categorize transactions coming into the bank. This client uses a credit card and checking account for their business. We try to match all the receipts and bills to the credit card and checking account. If none match, we can start categorizing transactions in the bank account. This client has specifically told us we can categorize transactions without receipts. However, our firm does not allocate HST or GST to the transactions without seeing receipts for audit purposes. Ideally, you are expected to have a receipt for each transaction, regardless if you are claiming HST, GST or not. We carefully categorize all the transactions based on their description to their correct accounts. For transactions that we are not familiar with, we export them as an Excel and submit it to the client later for clarification. While we wait for clarification, we input the sales numbers for the previous month. This client books her clients on Acuity, then collects payment from Stripe. There are two reports that we need to enter the sales for this client. The balance details Stripe report and the Acuity sales report to record taxes. We first import the Stripe report and categorize the money received as sales with out-of-scope tax sales. This is basically sales with no tax. Next, we create a journal entry to allocate the taxes to the Stripe using the Acuity report. There are a few other ways to do this. This is one of many. The client supplies us with these reports on a monthly basis, but for clients that just don't have the time, they grant us access to their platform so we can get the reports ourselves. Once the clients get back to me with answers to the inquiries I previously had, I finish off categorization for the books. At this time, there are no HST, GST to file, so we are basically done the bookkeeping for the month. The last step is to reconcile the Stripe checking account and Visa credit card. This is done using the Reconcile tool in QuickBooks. We basically make sure all the transactions we categorize for the month match what is on the bank statement. If done correctly, the difference should be 0 with a green check mark. Once reconciliation is done, we print financial reports for the client to review. The main financials we print are the profit and loss, balance sheet, and statement of cash flow. This client does not have accounts payable or receivables, so we do not print those reports for them. The client is emailed the reports and is welcome to come back with any questions, but usually they don't. And that's how we manage a hairstylist business making $10,000 per month in sales. If you're a hairstylist looking for a similar service, visit paperlessbooks.ca. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.